Love and blessings, beautiful souls. Welcome to the sweet spot. It is Trust Yourself Thursday. And you know on Trust Yourself Thursday, we delve into trust. This week, we've been doing a series called You Don't Need a New You. And we find ourselves today in episode 4 of the 7 You Don't Need a New You episodes. Episode 4 here says, trust what you already know. Confidence grows when you stop overriding yourself. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, beautiful souls, sweet spotters, sweet winners, sweet masters, the sweet ones. Welcome back to the sweet spot. I'm really glad you're here. Let's begin the way we've always done this week. We want to remind everyone that we're in this idea of let's stop waiting around for a new you to come about. Let's work with what we got. This series is built on a quiet truth that most of us are afraid to say out loud. Most of us are not broken. Notice I said most of us. We're tired, for sure. We're stressed, for sure. Sometimes we're overstimulated. Sometimes we're grieving. Sometimes we're angry. Sometimes we're just disappointed. Sometimes we're exhausted. But we're not broken. We're not going to live in brokenness. We're not going to take on that identity. I'm Dr. Derek Sweet. I'm a board-certified psychiatrist who works with athletes and executives and high performers, first responders, students, moms, dads, anyone who's really living life and working under pressure with lots of responsibility. That's what I do. Peak performance is my thing. But more than that, I'm your fellow traveler. As you know, for those of you who've been in the sweet spot, we have been at the coffee table of life, trying to live well, to figure out how do we unpack this mystery we call life, and how do we live the life we love? How do we get there? Yesterday we talked about energy. Remember? How you don't win weeks or you don't win seasons. You win moments. If you didn't have a chance to listen to Win It All Wednesday yesterday, I invite you to go back and listen. We talked about the importance of the moment, and you don't want to miss that. Today, on Trust Yourself Thursday, I want to slow down just a bit to make things just a little more practical. Because when we hear trust God, people often think it means one of two things. Either you ignore your own judgment, or wait for some kind of a sign in the big old sky to come down and tell you what to do. And that's not what the ancient wisdom is pointing to. Listen carefully to what it says in the Message Bible, my favorite Bible, the Message Bible. Don't worry, I'll mention the King James for those of you classically trained Christians. But in the Message Bible, Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6, it says this: trust God from the bottom of your heart. Don't try to figure out everything on your own. Listen for God's voice in everything you do, everywhere you go. Because He's the one who will keep you on track. If that's not clear, I don't know what is. Trust from the bottom of your heart. Don't try to figure it out on your own. Listen for God's voice in everything and everywhere, because that's who's going to keep you on track. Now for the KJV, the King James Version, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct thy paths. So yeah, look, no matter how you slice it, the key phrase that people miss here is that you've got to not walk according to your own understanding. Don't lean unto your own understanding. Now, that doesn't mean you don't think now. What it means is that you don't cling, right? You don't cling on to it. Don't cling on to only what you know and what you think and what you believe. Trusting God in real life looks like this. It looks like pausing before reacting instead of rushing to something because you're anxious about it. It looks like not forcing a decision just to escape the discomfort. You ever been there? It looks like respecting the signal in your body when something feels misaligned, even if it looks good on paper and your spidey senses are tingling. You know you want to respect that signal. From cognitive psychology, we know this. When people are overstimulated, they tend to override good judgment. They talk themselves out of wisdom, the wisdom that they already have. They confuse urgency with clarity, and they make impulsive, quick decisions. Ask any casino, and they would be more than happy to tell you that they would like everybody to be a bit overstimulated as they make decisions. So look, trusting God often means not overriding yourself out of fear. Let me make it concrete. If you're deciding whether to say yes to something, trusting God might look like this. It might look like saying, hey, I'm going to sleep on that before I answer that question. It may mean asking yourself, does this bring me peace or pressure? And then making the decision from that. It could be not explaining your no to everyone. Like, no doesn't have to be said to every single person. And if you're in a conflict, trusting God might look like choosing not to send a text when your emotions are running hot. You're going to trust God and fall back for a second and not let your emotions run the show. Sometimes, if you're in a conflict, trusting God might look like letting silence do some of the work and not just speaking and letting words that you might regret come out of your mouth. Trusting God might be about not rehearsing an argument in your head all day, letting it go, really letting it go. And if you're feeling lost, trusting God might be doing some small thing, not everything, some small right thing that moves you forward but doesn't necessarily solve the whole future. This is important because trusting God is not a passive thing. It's about you regulating yourself, not letting your emotions and your feelings dictate what you're going to do, because you're going to put a space between the stimulus and the response. It's choosing alignment over anxiety. It's basically releasing the illusion, right, that you have to control everything right now. People who trust God are able to step back, take a breath, and think and trust. So before a decision, ask yourself one honest question today. Am I leaning on my own understanding? Am I forcing it? And if you're forcing it, I want you to pause. The other day we talked about behold, I do a new thing, right? Sometimes you have to pause and behold. Okay, that means pay attention. Behold, I'm forcing. Behold, I am leaning on my own understanding. Just that pause is enough to give you the divine space to make a better decision in the moment. Let me encourage you with this. You don't need to doubt yourself to be faithful. You don't need to abandon your wisdom to trust God. And you don't need certainty to move forward. You don't. Trust is all about having that faith, knowing that the next step is where God will meet you, believing that with all your heart. Tomorrow is Finish Strong Friday. You trust yourself today. You trust the moment today. And tomorrow we're going to talk about why strong endings don't come from forcing anything, but by pacing yourself and knowing when to stop pushing. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Trusting that you don't need to be a new you, that you can trust God for the things you don't understand, the things you cannot see, and the things that have not happened yet. Keyword, yet. Trusting is believing that you have something inside of you that is greater than anything in the world. And that if you fall, you'll just get back up. Fall down 7, get up 8. Now, if this conversation helped you, please subscribe because it's free. It's free to subscribe here on the Sweet Spot. It's a free subscription. And if you know someone who's been carrying a decision alone, or someone who could benefit from hearing this idea of coming back to themselves for trust, share this. Share it right away. Just send it to them. So until tomorrow, my beautiful sweet ones, I'm asking you, I am giving you doctor's orders to trust. Trust yourself. You don't need a new you. We're building something here with what we've got. We trust God and we believe in God. And we know that it is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay because we have someone and something that is greater than anything that's in the world. I'll see you tomorrow. This is the Sweet Spot.